Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowles Central. This is a very, very, very special review because Halo Infinite has finally been released a year after its original date. And, they've made a pretty good experience as far as missing your due date, missing your homework assignment date by a whole year. It's a good game. It's a good Halo game. There's nothing to be ashamed of here. There's things that I wish were different about it. There's things that I want in it that are coming, they say, eventually. But for a first-person campaign, it's long. It's got a nice length to it, which is good because past Halo games were pretty damn short. Let's be honest. They never really measured up as far as like 30 hours, 40 hours type experience. It was always like 10 hours, 15 hours. This is more like 20 to 30 if you do all the stuff. And let's talk about the stuff. Here's the stuff, okay? So there is a story built in. It is not a linear progression in the sense that you get to do side activities, you get to certain quests you get to do in whatever order that you want. It doesn't really matter. So they've stripped the linear nature of Halo out, and they've made it essentially an open world. And a lot of gaming franchises have done that in recent years. A lot of them didn't have to because they were already the wave of the future. My thing about this game as an open world experience really boils down to this. There's not enough variety. When it comes down to it, killing grunts and elites and brutes and finding new weapons and doing it all very creatively, very sandboxy, all of that still works, and it will work until the end of time because it's worked since the original Halo. That's not the problem. The problem is number one, the scenery all looks the same because it all takes place on this single Halo ring in a small defined region. You know, like in the original Halo, there were different looking places. You never really felt that you were seeing the same thing again and again and again and again, and here you do. Well, with one caveat, the back and forth tracking in that first game was rough, but that's like so long ago. Who wants to talk about that? I want to see some snow. I want to see some interiors that don't just look like Forerunner. They put all the Forerunner gunk in a machine and they spewed it out for me to look at. Base taking is always the same. The things that you'll be doing, the variety of things, none of it is all that different. And I think what the problem is, and this is the problem for me, I'm playing it by myself, and I don't wanna. I wanna play this game with friends. You know, my wife and I have been playing Halo for many, many, many years together, and this game has released without any co-op options. They say it'll be May at the earliest, May 2022. Who knows if that's going to be the case? I hope it is because it's actually a lot of fun when you come down to it. Like I said, like the whole ratio between action and non-action and movement and crossing terrain. It's all still really good, but you see, it's the variety. It's the variety of things to see. It's the variety of things to do. None of it's all that different from anything else in the game. And that's kind of a bummer, and it's kind of a bummer to have to go through this whole thing by yourself if you're used to playing Halo with friends. And I'm sure that there's plenty of people who are used to playing Halo by themselves, and they don't need to bother with this. And for those people, they're going to have a better time with it than I've had. I want to play with a buddy. I want my buddy with me, man. And this doesn't speak anything towards the multiplayer, which we already did a review. We did a review of the multiplayer last week, or was it the week before? I don't remember now. And it shines, and I have to say that the campaign shines. But again, We'll just backtrack again. The level of variety in what you're seeing and what you're doing is not just it. Look. We've all played a million open world games. We've played our Far Cries and our Grand Theft Autos and our Saints Rows. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a bunch of them. But what is the number one killer of an open world game? Lack of variety. Lack of stuff to see and do. And I would add lack of a buddy system. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about this. No buddies. No variety, still a good game. Still essentially probably the best Halo. I'll say it. It's the best Halo I've played since Reach, Halo Reach. So that's it. That's all I gotta say. I hope that was concise enough for you. It's not reason enough not to get the game. Like if you're a Halo fan or if you're just curious, especially since it's in the Game Pass for free, basically, like play it and see for yourself. You may find what I found, though. So, the Halo Infinite campaign is getting an 8 out of 10 for me. And that's comparable to the 8 out of 10 I gave the multiplayer. So, I guess Halo Infinite in total gets an 8 out of 10. And that's fair. Do me a favor, everybody. This is my latest novel, Love, Madness, Demon, blah, blah, blah. You should buy it, blah, blah, blah. Go to your local Amazon.com, there's only one of those, and buy it for me. It's a good book. It's a good book.